Yesterday was a day that I feel like reminded me of how important it is to stay in the moment and how divine and aligned my life is. So, many of you know that I'm an insurance broker. So, not only am I a life insurance broker, but I'm a health insurance broker as well, specifically the Medicare side. Okay. So I had some leads. What leads are is part of how I invest in my business. I purchase leads where they run ads and people are requesting information, right? For like this particular lady, she was requesting information for life insurance. Y'all, I just jumped right in. Thank you so much for subscribing, tuning into my channel. My name is Evora Bentley. I'm a faith and wealth coach, helping us to change our minds so that we can then begin to see our world change around us. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you comment, like, share. So this was just on my heart to share, y'all. And so, about to make a quick run to the store. But so what was interesting, before I went to see this lady, right? I went to this other homeless lead. It was so weird. And y'all know how those construction, like those block signs or whatever be up, like if a road is closed. So yeah, my GPS is telling me to keep going. Y'all, the road is blocked off. I don't know where the address was at. I didn't know how to get around there. I was working in the city, maybe about 45 minutes from the city that I work in. And it was just on me like, go to the next house, right? So I go to the lady house. And so, we're going over what she receives. And I'm like, oh no, you should be getting some additional help because, there's additional help you can get when you go into like the retirement age, or, if you have certain things going on with disability and stuff like that. And some people don't know about the extra help that is available for them out there. So, y'all, she had filled out paperwork she's originally from another state, right? And she was on Medicaid in that state, right? And she did not know, she had just recently called over the phone to apply for Medicaid, right? Because I was telling her, I was like, oh no, but your income, you're definitely supposed to be on Medicaid, And I sat there and I said, look, let's call the Medicaid office. She was like, well, I did it over the phone. And then I got this paper in the mail. So the paper was like 4 pages, right? And so the top of it, the main thing I could see was the application. And I saw some other stuff behind. I said, well, look, let's just get on the phone. Let's call Medicaid. I've done this with a couple of my clients before to help them. Let's just make sure that your application was received because I don't know why they, send this in the mail. So anyhow, we get on the phone. The lady is like, yeah, we got her application. And I said, well, I just wanted to make sure, I don't want her to fill out this paperwork and it kind of like closes out the application. She was like, no, she needs to fill out that paperwork and she needs to send it in, right? That's part of what's going to help with the final decision. But this lady, the income she made, she qualified. I know. I know the income limitations. She definitely gonna be qualified and she gonna get the extra help. Y'all, I pick up the paperwork. Yes, it was October 3rd. The paperwork said that it had to be turned in by October the 4th. By October the 4th, the next day. The next day, y'all. The next day. So I told, I talked to the lady at Medicaid. I said, look, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have her fill this out. I'm going to take it and I'm going to have it faxed. And I'm also going to email it because I asked her which one. I was like, okay, I'll do both or whatever. So I told her, well, by this time, I was there talking to her, building a rapport. She was like, I do need life insurance, but I don't have any. But I'm like, well, once we get you this extra help, then she was like, she could pay a certain amount so that she can get some life insurance because she know how important it is. And then she automatically said, can you be my agent? Because she had just been talking to somebody over the phone for Medicare. I said, yes, absolutely. I can be your agent for Medicare and for life insurance, right? I said, it's best to have like a local agent, And so she says, I said, okay, I need you to fill out this paperwork. I said, I'm gonna go to the UPS store. I'm gonna fax it. I took pictures with my iPad that scanned the paperwork and emailed it to myself, Medicaid, and to her. And then I went to the UPS store. I faxed it. And then when I got home, I put the paper on a PDF drive just to make sure, because some people be like they didn't receive it or whatever. So when I was leaving, she was like, wow, I'm just thinking about how all this happened today. And when I first pulled up, like the way her house is and another house beside it, I stood there for a second because I was about to go to the other house, and I was like, I do not think that this is the house or whatever, right? And so I heard her on the back porch, and I was like, hello. And then her grandson had came, and I was like, I'm looking for such. He was like, oh yeah, that's my grandma. She was right there. So, and she was saying, and I told her about how the other house was blocked. You know how there was like a roadblock, and she was like, wow. She was like, wow, I just can't, like, look how all that happened. How do you come the day before the deadline that I have to turn this paperwork in and you help me? And I told her, I said, that is God loving on you. That is God. I said, whatever your concept of how you see God. And she sat for a moment, and I could tell like her concept or what she thought about God was just like on. And she says, yeah, the Medicaid guys, some guys, guys are looking out for me. So God is definitely looking out for you. Look how all this happened. Like, it was just like mind blowing to me. I'm sharing all this to say, like, I have been desiring and asking for my life to be so divine and aligned, for me to get to do the work that don't feel like work, for me to have heart for the people that I help. I got to shout out my good sis Drina now, because Drina taught me in the field, like, how you go over and beyond. But it feels so good just to like, okay, like I see this help that this person needs. And now I'm put in a position to be able to help them. It's like, I was going to go more on the route and do more leads, but it's like the Most High was like, no, handle this and take care of this. And just be led by your spirit, and just know, like, ask every day I start, I surrender. To be honest, I wasn't doing like I was supposed to. So I got my good old new therapist. I got a couple of weeks ago. And first thing she told me, Yvonne, you need to surrender. And I just love how the divine has been making my path so aligned. So I just want to encourage y'all, you get up, you have gratitude, you be grateful for the day, you be thankful, and you seek the Most High, asking for your way. Thank y'all for watching. I hope this encouraged you, or I don't even know why the point of me sharing it, but it was just on my heart to share. And I hope your day has been amazing.